So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. He gets swarmed under. Doesn't even get to the 15. Here's 1st and 10.
Trap 60, trap 60. Set.
From the shotgun, they'll throw to get this one started. Throw, left side, that's Johnson. And he's taken down, up past the 35.
Nice catch here by Theo Johnson, the young rookie tight end, and I really like his upside. I think he's kind of a long, rangy guy. He's got a great catch radius, and he can really get vertical downfield. One of only 5 FBS tight ends last year, Mike, with 7+ touchdowns. So I think the Giants have a chance here to develop him and give Daniel Jones another offensive weapon as they look to get this thing back on track.
They face 2nd down and 7.
Go. At the 60, at the 60.
On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And he's going to be brought down behind the line. This defense fired up to start the game. It's 4th down.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Go.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. We'll get this into the hands of Neighbors.
This is a really popular concept on 3rd down. It's good versus man, it's good versus zone. They call it mesh routes or drag routes. They want to create some traffic in the middle of the field and pop the receiver out the backside of the defense. And give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. They rallied to the ball and keeps them short from picking up the 1st down.
Three tight ends in the game to start the drive.
Let's go now.
And that'll be a short gain up to the 27-yard line. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And he'll get close to the marker. A nice run, probably a yard short of that 1st down.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
3rd and a yard.
19 Tiger.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he is going to have the Saints 1st down. They're able to convert by plenty on that 3rd and 1. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Here's a screen coming for Kamara. a 3rd and 2. Now they'll set up to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he is going to have the Saints 1st down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on 4th down. They'll look to throw yet again. Taking off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Second and 7. Handoff here, up the middle. Oh, and the rookie puts it on the deck. It's a fumble. And this is taken in by the defense.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
One of those plays where you like the idea, you just don't like the execution. I didn't feel the quarterback was overly comfortable in the pocket. Footwork, a little bit sloppy. All of a sudden now the pass is a little less accurate, and an opportunity for a big shot, you end up falling short.
19 Lions.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Right back to Johnson. He's got it again. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
18, Pioneer. Go!
They'll look to throw again. That one, take it in. Jalen Hyatt. Touchdown, Giants. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They motion a receiver right. On the ground for the first time, this is Alvin Kamara. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
I don't have any real advanced analysis for this one, Mike. I mean, I think the simplest way to categorize it is this possession has been a disaster.
Now fair catch called for and taken, and that sets them up in outstanding field position.
At the Saints' 43-yard line.
Okay, ready? Track at 60. 18 rep. 18 rep. Ready?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This throw left side taken in by Johnson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Down the sideline, inside the 25. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2.
Cut 19. Cut 19. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Take go.
Back to throw. He's got his man. That's Slayton. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Now back at the 4 for 2nd and goal.
70 range. 70 range. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready?
He'll drop to throw. And he's forced to just get rid of it here. Now they're going to have to regroup and try again on 3rd and goal.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and Let's also give some credit to the back end, doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
And that is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10.
Here we go. Go.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this. Third and long. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, like living in these 3rd and long situations. Must pass is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On comes the punter now. And he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. On the return, here's Washington. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. That's complete. It's Malik Neighbors. A pickup of 12 yards. That's good for a Giants first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the 2nd phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. A carry here for Tracy. And he didn't need much. I don't think he got there. It's going to depend on the spot. Looks like he is short on that one.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Track at 60. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Slayton is the man in motion. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
To the air now on 1st and 10. And that ball incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. It's 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down? So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
70 range, 70 range. Ready.
On 3rd down, they'll throw from... The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. It appears one of the Giants, yes, they were, able to fall on it, so they keep possession. Here's Jamie Gillen on now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. And it's okay. We've struggled here in the 1st half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase 1st downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach,
the pass rush gets home, and he goes down. And with just 1 second remaining in the 1st half, they get the timeout. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they're going to play it safe with a run. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 1st half of play. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the 2nd half. 1st half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the 2nd half is underway. And he'll be out of bounds on the return, and the drive will begin there. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. going up top. And this will be incomplete.
This has really just been the story of the entire game. They just seem out of sync, don't they? I mean, they desperately need to find a way to just get some points on the scoreboard, any way it takes. They don't complete on the deep pass there, but keep shooting for it, because at some point, something's going to break your way, and they desperately need it.
And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes third down. Complete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. A short one there to Bellinger. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. He'll come up now for second down and 4.
Let's go now. Go.
Taken in right side by the tight end, Johnson. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down. And this will be tracked down and intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to get the football at their own 40.
Well, with this guy might lose a little bit, Mike, as he gets long in the tooth. He certainly makes up for it in experience. You're not going to be able to do a lot of things to trick him on the back end. He reads this play right from the jump, makes a great break on the ball, and if that ball hits his hands more times than not, it's going to be a takeaway.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
Back to the air once more on second down. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. He'll look to throw. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jerry Jones.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
On the ground, here's Tracy. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. Now they'll set up to throw. This one taken in by Hyatt. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch it.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow...
That's over the middle and intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
A lot of defenses will try to isolate the best receiver, Mike, and say, okay, we're going to take him out of the game. Well, I think in this case, we might see the offense do the exact same thing. They might take this one particular defender into pass coverage and say, we are not going to throw his way. He's already gotten me twice. I'm not going to let him get me again.
They'll begin here on the ground. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now a ball deep, middle of the field. And he will take this one in. 71 yards. Touchdown, New Orleans. Blake Grupe comes on for the extra point. He gets it to go. The Saints are on the board. It's 10-7. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the give, it's Tracy. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
Well, anytime you dial up a draw, Mike, you have the defensive line and the linebackers accounted for. Who you don't have is any of the secondary defenders. It's a perfectly timed secondary safety blitz. He's able to get in the backfield and stop this play before it even had a chance to get started.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down.
Let's go now. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
He's got his man, right side, it's complete. It's a pickup of 12. 1st down, Giants.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a 3rd down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on 3rd down? 3rd downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better.
They'll look to throw yet again. Oh, the ball is out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so possession does not change hands. A sigh of relief there. That was very nearly a turnover. Fortunate to see that one, Greg, get fumbled out of bounds.
And when that ball came loose, Mike, you could see the entire sideline kind of holds their breath. but they were able to take a little bit of an exhale as they saw that ball, fortunately for them, go out of bounds.
3rd down and 9.
18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. Come 19, come 19. Check, hurt, hurt. Ready.
They'll look to throw. Left side in the hands of Neighbors. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple.
Ready. Buffalo 18.
Motion man is Hyatt. Oh, he just does beat the play clock as he'll set up to throw. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll look deep. Left sideline.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
They'll try to get this one on the ground. Good job on the ground to pick it up. Mark it at the 38. Move those chains. 1st down.
Wow, a little change of play call here, and that's typically not what we see at this down and distance. That's typically a passing down, Mike, but they catch the defense off guard, keep the ball on the ground, and they're able to pick up enough for the 1st down.
In motion is Hill. They'll stay on the ground. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Quick throw on the RPO. It's Hill. He is in. Taysom Hill. Touchdown, Saints. On comes Blake Groupie for the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Saints are on top. It's 14-10. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Here comes a return from the goal line. Wow, they are hitting now. Been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on that return. Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Kool-Aid McKinstry.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
His drive will start on the ground. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Fourth quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll stick with him again. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. He's got nowhere to go. The defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage there. And that's going to bring up fourth down. Back to throw. He's got his man complete to Johnson. And he's going to have a Saints first down as they wind up getting 13 on fourth down. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Here we go, set. 70 to the book. 18, high here.
He'll drop to throw. Quick throw here is complete.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
3rd and a yard.
Ready, back row 80.
They'll try and run for this with Kamara. And he is going to have the Saints first down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard. Now a give up the middle. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Whistles here. We have another stoppage. Timeout called by the defense with 1:53 remaining. Second down and 8. Now a handoff. Oh, a wrinkle. Here comes a reverse. And he'll get this close to a first down. Gets about 7, maybe a yard short of the first down. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. On 3rd down, we'll try to get it on the ground. The defense all over that. Met him in the backfield, stopped in his tracks, and it sets up 4th down.
Well, this seems pretty straightforward. 3rd and 1, just dial up a run play and run straight downhill. But this defense had other plans. They were ready and expecting that run, and they're able to take the ball carrier down for a loss.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. This is 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll drop to throw. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
That's caught left side by Bellinger. They get 15 on that game. That's good for a Giants first down.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
Go.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. That one to the sideline is over everybody. But now a penalty flag will come in. They may get him for grounding. Now on 2nd and long.
7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Go. Ready.
That's to the right side and incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Here's a big one. This 3rd down. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down.
If you can rush the passer, you can close out games. And that 3rd down sack is going to go a long way to closing this one out. Forces 4th and long, a desperate offensive possession. It's going to all come down to this 4th down try.
Let's go now. Go, Rick. Go. Ready.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And he'll let it go deep for Johnson.
And it all came down to that play. The offense finds themselves trailing. All out of their timeouts, the defense knew they were one stop away from ending this game, and they came up big when their team needed it.
Open space inside the 10. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Groupie now on for the extra point. He's got it. The Saints move out to a 24-10 lead. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And we'll see a return here from his own end zone. And he can only get back to the 16-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10. He'll run. And he's going to have this one up near the 28.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the first down.
So this one a win for the visiting Saints. And it is their third consecutive victory. They continue to play great football here in this latest stretch. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.